Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, Best Care Home Services, and DeSoto Outdoors and Archery.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this November the 19th. And Frank Barton is in the studio with me this morning from the Barton Power Sports in West Memphis, Jonesboro, and Forest City. And I know Frank is sacrificing, but he'll be out there chasing ducks here in a little while. We'll get him on out of here, and then I'll get over to Whiteville and try to sneak in and see if I can find a deer after the weather moved in yesterday. And so let's talk now. It's Ask Andy time. That means Andy Tweed of the TWRA. He's been the law enforcement guy here in West Tennessee since he was 3. So
that's right.
Yeah, and he's now 25. So, I mean, so. But anyway.
25 plus tax.
A lot of tax. That's what it is. All right, Andy, I know this is opening day for the gun season in Tennessee for deer. I know we had the front move through yesterday, but I've the 3 times I've been so dry. We needed the rain, didn't we?
Absolutely. We need rain. We need more rain.
Rain on top of rain. So
absolutely.
And the last time we talked to you last month, you were talking about the acorn crop was still the best. So are you still saying that?
With the acorn crop is wonderful because we had all the rain, early in the summer. So the trees were able to produce, and we've got lots of acorns. So, but as it still stands right now, you want to find a deer, go find some water.
Find some water. That's
you got it. You got it.
Frank
and one thing that does concern me, me and Officer Peach were talking about, it's been so hot and so dry that we actually could see a pretty significant die-off again if this EHD stuff kicks in. We could start seeing quite a few dead deer. So that's something to look for. If you start seeing dead deer around ponds and lakes and rivers, then that means we're getting the EHD outbreak again.
And then tell our listeners what that is.
It's a hemorrhagic disease that is caused by biting midges.
Yeah.
And some people will call it jelly brain.
Yeah.
But as the deer gets infected, he ends up wandering around, kind of like when we have a distemper outbreak with the raccoons. They wander around lethargically, and then they end up getting thirsty and go to water. So it's a natural occurring deal. It's not transmittable to humans, so it's nothing to really worry about. And it's Mother Nature's way of thinning the herd.
Yeah, so, and of course I like the human way to thin the herd. Okay, so
absolutely.
That's what
that's just Mother's Nature way of doing it.
That's
so we can't argue with it.
Yeah, and talking to Andy Tweed, Andy, I did have a question for Andy. Are you ready for this? Huh?
I'm ready.
I had a young man ask me to ask you. He wants to be in the work for the TWRA. He wants to be what you do. I mean, a wildlife officer, and he doesn't know.
He wants to be a wildlife officer.
And
there you go.
He wants to know, how do you become a wildlife officer? And that's a basic question, but he asked me, ask you, so I'm asking you.
All right, sounds good. It's very simple. He needs to go to college.
Okay.
Get his four-year degree in either wildlife fisheries, wildlife management, or wildlife biology, one or the other. Now, along with the majority of us in West Tennessee, most of us went to UT Martin.
Uh-huh.
They've got a wonderful, wonderful wildlife program. Mississippi State has got a wonderful wildlife program. Dr. Damaris is one of the big, at Mississippi State, he's one of the big deer gurus in this part of the country now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, and UT Knoxville's got a good wildlife program, but that's what he needs to do, get his 4-year degree and do as much volunteer work, either with TWRA, Fish and Wildlife, or whatever organization it's going to be, and try to get, a little bit of, hone his skills a little bit, if you know what I mean.
There you go. Okay, so you were wondering if anybody was going to ask you a question. That was the question. That wasn't 2 days after we talked to you the last time. This young man came up to me, and I couldn't believe he was up this early on Saturday morning, and wanted to know. Now, opening day today, Andy, you guys will be out and about, I'm sure. Some of you will probably be at certain places just checking at the check-in since we don't checking on the line now, but you'll be at maybe processors or something along that line. You guys will be really busy today, right?
It's going to be really busy, and we're going from one call to the next. You know, you get a landowner call, he's got somebody trespassing, or you've got somebody they've shot a deer and they can't find it, things of that nature. So, and then, of course, you know, the processors will be busy today and just everything else that goes along with the job.
All right, folks. Look for these guys. I mean, they're out there to help you, not to hinder you. Trespassing is one of the things that Andy has to deal with. Make sure you got permission to get on land. Andy mentioned that the last time we talked to Andy. Thanks, buddy, and we may see you around sometime today, okay?
That sounds wonderful. Y'all take care, and if anybody in Radio Land needs me, just give the office a call. We'll be happy to help.
All right, Andy. Thank you, buddy. Andy Tweed. And I know, Frank, you guys have spent a lot of work. You've been pumping a lot of water, so tell our listeners what's your outlook here as we go into the Arkansas season? I mean, we either have too much water or no water. What is it?
There's not a lot of water, and most everybody in eastern Arkansas that's going to be duck hunting will go to places that are pumped up, and most of that's on private ground. Typically, what happens this time of year with this type of condition, there are ducks in the area. Eastern Arkansas, the places that are holding water have ducks for the most part, and the folks that I've talked to. And
is that the people that have water?
Those are the people that have been pumping water.
And you've been pumping.
I've been pumping water. I'm on week 3.
Wow.
I started pumping well over 2 weeks ago, and we'll continue to pump this week, and then I think that'll do us. We'll see what happens at that point. The big concern, though, what happens when you don't have a lot of water. Mm-hmm. Every place that has water has hunting pressure.
Yes. Yeah.
And so you have, all those spots will have duck hunters on opening day, and they'll start shooting at ducks, and the ducks are going to go someplace. They'll find someplace where there's less pressure.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a dry spell until the next migration. But like I said, the front that came through, I'm sure is going to help. I haven't gotten a report yet this morning from my folks, but I'll be talking to them when we leave, and I'm headed back to the blind. So I did get a report from some folks at Biometa, WMA for the Arkansas. That it's been holding a lot of ducks right now, and I'm sure it's because it's got water. It's got water. Yeah. Some of the public places that have water, but it's going to have an awful lot of hunting pressure out there.
And that's today through the 27th is the first segment for Arkansas, and the 8th through the 23rd, and then the 26th through the January the 29th. You folks in Mississippi, it's November 26th, 27th, December 2nd through 4th, and December 7th through the 29th of January. Tennessee is November 26th, 27th, December 3rd through the 29th. Of course, Reelfoot shot last weekend. I got some good reports, saw some photographs, some pretty good kill totals from Reelfoot. They always get that early season in. But you were telling me that you've even been bush hogging and some other things. Normally, this is November.
I've got a few places that I normally that got away from me the last couple of years and got closed up with vegetation that I've been able to hunt ducks for in the past, but I haven't been able to the last couple of years. But it's dry as a bone out there right now, and
you were able to go out on Wednesday.
I'm out there, I'm out there, in the cutter, and Wednesday I think I got it all finished up on Wednesday. So we'll see. Now, the other thing what we're getting reports of, a lot of speckled belly geese
really
are already down, and a lot of the guide services have started specializing in speckled bellies, and so that's going to be that should be good. I had a good friend one time referred, I kind of chastised him for only hunting specks, and he said, "Look," I said, "a speck is just a mallard on steroids." So
I don't think it tastes the same now.
They seem to be pretty
they're
pretty adamant that they do well and they taste well. And
okay, if you know how to cook them and things along that line, and there are, and you have ample opportunities to shoot them too.
Looks like specs may be pretty good. That if the ducks are not here, you're going to have folks who are going to, they're going to
change tactics.
They're going to take advantage of the waterfowl season. So they're going to go. They're going to hunt what they are. I haven't ruled that out yet for us. If we start running low on mallards and low on ducks during this first segment, we might try and change tactics and do that. And but
okay.
I never get real excited about the first week
because it's usually
I always say that first week of duck season in Arkansas is primarily for our friends in Stuttgart, so it gets everybody ready for the Wings Over the Prairie Festival during Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, that's true, and that's a big event, and but it doesn't take much, just opening day. And I know Frank, I appreciate you being here, but he'll be out there with his buddies and. Hope to hunt with Frank some this year.
Absolutely.
Bought my license again. I want to see how much per duck it cost me this year. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. All right. Let's take a break. Come right back. Frank Barton in studio with me this morning, this third Saturday, November the 19th on ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.